Standing NATO's posture is strong. Let me say stronger than ever. That's my feeling living within the alliance. And NATO is ready, is prepared to any kind of movement from our adversary. I mean, you know that our threat has been defined as Russia and terrorist group. On both sides, they are not their convenience to attack us. So the strategy of NATO is being ready. We are increasing it because we decide that we need to improve it for the present, coming from lesson learned from Ukraine, and maybe for the future, to be ready, to be up to speed and upgraded for the changing environment, the changing threat, because also the threat, we have to admit, that will change with time. Well, Turkey has been a strong pillar, a strong reference, a strong, reliable ally for, I think, 70 years. Turkey is doing a lot for the alliance. It is the second army of the alliance, and so we cannot disregard this. This means something. And the combat readiness and preparedness and efficiency of Turkey armed forces are no doubt at the very top. So they are a fundamental element of the overall strategy of the alliance, and not only for its critical position, which is, I mean, of course, but no, as you can see, Turkey is, for example, just to make an example, is participating effectively and strongly to K4. They will be commanding the operation starting October. They did it 2 years ago, so you can just got the feeling how important, how strong is Turkey for us, for the alliance, and how the alliance rely on Turkey. That's a matter of fact, and just the K4 example is one of the many. Turkey have done a lot from the very beginning. Let's just think about prisoners exchange. Probably they have been done thanks to Turkey. Turkey hosted, I mean, meetings, and so its participation and its willingness to do a strong part in the peace process, it's crystal clear. And the thing, I mean, let's be honest, we are not in a good shape for negotiation right now. But the thing is, and we rely on that Turkey, for its position, strategic position, to being, let's say, in the forefront, because it's one of the nations who is right on the edge of the war. We think that Turkey will continue in its effort, and if anything good will come up, I think that Turkey will be one of the principal actors of the peace process. That every one of us, NATO first line, NATO is supporting a lot, strongly, and will Ukraine, because we have to keep in mind that in these things, in this war, there is an aggressor, which is Russia, there is a victim, which is Ukraine, and that's the starting point, that's the basic from which start with all thought and thinking. But we strongly support Ukraine. We will keep on doing that as our best, because we want that at a certain point Ukraine can sit at the negotiation table from a strong position, just to be able to defend herself and get a long-lasting and just peace. Up to that point, NATO is really eager to find a solution, to find a peaceful negotiation solution, to have them sitting on the table. But up to that point, NATO will strongly continue on support Ukraine, because Ukraine is right and Russia is wrong. Ukraine is good and Russia is bad. The results are, I mean, are evident. Let's say that at the very beginning, up to not too far, not too many years ago, we were just thinking about, I remember that because we were using that, we were thinking about unmanned vehicles, just to be the forehead, just exploring where the troop and the army were going, just something, you know, just a long eye of detachments or battle group, whatever. Now everything has changed. I mean, and with the Ukraine war, I mean, that was confirmed. I think that with your UAV, Turkey was one of the first in understanding the importance and the growth capability of unmanned uncrewed vehicles. Things have changed because they are doing now reconnaissance, they are doing decoy, they are doing combat mission, they are doing everything, almost everything. We are saving, probably we are saving also a lot of life because, I mean, they are unmanned, and so that's something. I mean, I'm not just speaking about pilots, aviators, but also seamen and also soldier. So I mean, that's, I don't want to say that is the future, but it will be one of the future critical element to consider for the battlefield, how it is the battlefield evolving. Yours are on top. Yours are also combat proven, which is something meaningful, because if the system has been able to be in a war theater, which is a difficult one, let's just speak about the environment and the atmosphere, but also being employed successfully in combat, that means something. That means that this is a system who is ready, perfect, 120% to fight and be a great and relevant element in the battlefield. And that's not only on the air, on air, but also on the ground and also at sea. At sea is the new frontier, I think. At sea it's the new frontier, for example, to be able to check all the underwater installation, I mean infrastructure, I mean cables and on, you know, that are very, very critical, very, very vulnerable. It is difficult to have, I mean, traditional ship being able to do everything because of the length and the amount of cable and duct that we have on the bottom of the sea. But with unmanned, low cost, numerous, unmanned submersible vehicle, that will be very, very easy. That will be very, very easy to, I mean, to intervene, to patrol, to exercise deterrence, and sometimes to fix something which can be broken over there. So I mean, that's something that we need to nurture, and we need to exploit, and we need to follow very, very, very tightly. The forward is I am NATO, but I just speak a little bit generally, but it is also, I mean, applicable to the Turkey Italian enterprises. We as an alliance, we have been looking for a long time to push this kind of activity, to have defense industry to get together, joint venture, because, okay, let's assume that we will have more money, and that's what it seems to be. But it's not just a matter of spending more, but spend better and spend together. And as a paradox, save money, get a lot of equipment for less prices because of the, I mean, economy of scale. So this is something that we really need. And let me be honest with you. Our alliance is a strong alliance. We decided in 2022 who is the enemy or the threat. The threat are Russia and terrorist group. Then, to face them, to deter them, hopefully, instead of, I mean, combat, but just deter them and defend us, we decided what are the plans. We wrote the plans, 4,000 pages of plans ready to face this threat. Then to honor, to fulfill, to make this plan executable, we defined what we need, which are the capability target, and they are spread to all the nations. So we are done this, this, and that. For the capability target, we mean to have, I mean, money, investment, to get this equipment and to increase the personnel. Probably, we will have more money on the table. Then we need an industry which is able to give us what we need, I mean, totally fulfilling our operational requirements in time at a low price. These are the three things that we are looking from industry. Let me tell you that industry is not already in this mindset, so they have to switch. My chain, my biological chain, is totally fulfilled up to industry, which is the weak part of this system. They need to change their mind. They need to not look anymore for just for money, but they need to be part of the defense system. I'm speaking about all around the alliance. I'm not just speaking about Italy or France or Germany. For the alliance, they need to be they change their mind, be part of the defense system. So since we send a soldier in the trench, they're going to be able and dedicated to back us up in terms of speed, in terms of prices, in terms of requirements.